Hi students, welcome to a new video. In the last video we had this polynomial, isn't it? 3x cubed minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3, and we found three zeros of this cubic polynomial, and the zeros were 3, minus 1 and minus 1 by 3, isn't it? Okay, now let us add these three zeros. Okay, so 3 plus of minus 1 plus of minus 1 by 3. Okay, so this will give us 3 minus 1 minus 1 by 3. All right, now if you simplify that, the denominator here will be 3, isn't it? So 3 divided by 1, this denominator should be divided by this denominator. 3 divided by 1 will give us 3, and that 3 should be multiplied by the numerator here, isn't it? So it will be 3 into 3, 9, minus 3, this denominator divided by 1. 3 by 1 will give us 3, and that 3 should be multiplied by 1 here. So this is 3 into 1, 3, and minus, now the last one, 3 divided by 3. Okay, 3 divided by 3 will give us 1. So 1 into 1 will be 1. Okay, so now we have like this, isn't it? So this is 9 minus 4 by 3, it will give us 5 by 3. Okay, so the sum of zeros is 5 by 3. All right, sum of zeros is 5 by 3. Okay, let me go to a new page, and the zeros were 3, minus 1 and minus 1 by 3, isn't it? Now let us multiply this zeros two at a time. That means 3 into minus 1 and minus 1 into minus 1 by 3, and then minus 1 by 3 into 3. Okay, like this. First we multiplied 2 and minus 1, and then minus 1 minus 1 by 3, and then minus 1 by 3 and 3. Okay, after that let us add this. So what is this now? This is sum of product of zeros taken two at a time, isn't it? Now 3 into minus 1 will give us minus 3. Okay, plus minus 1 into minus 1 will give us plus, so this will be plus 1 by 3, and this 3 will get cancelled, we'll have only minus 1 there. Okay, now if you simplify that, it will be equal to 3 divided by 1. So it is 3 divided by 1 will give us 3, that 3 should be multiplied by minus 3, isn't it? Okay, it will give us minus 9, plus 3 divided by this denominator 3 will give us 1. Okay, so 1 into 1 will give us 1, and the last one, 3 divided by this number 1, it will give us 1. So 3 into 1 will give us 3. Okay, now let us simplify this. This is minus 8 minus 3 by 3. Okay, so this will give us minus 11 by 3, isn't it? So sum of the products of zeros taken two at a time is minus 11 by 3. All right, let us go to a new page, and let me write the zeros again. 3 minus 1 minus 1 by 3. Okay, now let us find the product of these three zeros. 3 minus 1 minus 1 by 3. Okay, product of the three zeros. 3 will get cancelled, we'll have minus into minus, minus plus 1 into 1, 1, so it is plus 1. Okay, so product of the three zeros is 1. All right, so we got sum of zeros as 5 by 3. Okay, and sum of product of zeros taken two at a time as minus 11 by 3. Okay, and product of the product of the zeros as 1, isn't it? So just remember these numbers: 5 by 3, minus 11 by 3, and 1. Okay, now we found this because we knew the zeros here, isn't it? 3, minus 1, and minus 1 by 3 were the zeros. So we added those zeros, we multiplied those zeros, and we got these values, isn't it? But what if we don't know the zeros? Without finding the zeros, can we find the sum of the zeros, sum of the product of zeros taken two at a time, and product of the zeros? Yes, we can. Okay, let us learn that now. General form of a quadratic polynomial will be ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. This is general form of a quadratic polynomial. Okay, now it is a quadratic polynomial, so it will have three zeros. Let the zeros be alpha, beta, and gamma. Okay, let this be three zeros. Now the sum of these three zeros, alpha plus beta plus gamma, is given by minus b divided by a. Okay, coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x with minus sign. Okay, so sum of the zeros is minus b by a. Now product of the zeros taken two at a time: alpha, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equal to c by a. Coefficient of c, coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x cube. Okay, and the third one, product of the three zeros, alpha, beta, and gamma, is given by minus d by a. Okay, the last term, constant term, divided by the coefficient of x cube with minus sign. All right, so sum of the zeros is minus b by a. Sum of the product of zeros taken two at a time is c by a, and product of the zeros is minus d by a. Okay, now we had this polynomial, isn't it? The polynomial was 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3, isn't it? So if you compare this with the general form, okay, if you compare this with the general form, we have a is equal to 3 and b is equal to minus 5 and c is equal to minus 11 and d is equal to minus 3, isn't it? Okay, all right. So let me take another page. So we have a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus 5, c is equal to minus 11 and d is equal to minus 3, isn't it? Now the sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta plus gamma, is minus d by a, isn't it? Just now we learned that. Now this will be equal to how much now? Sorry, it is minus b by a, not minus d by a. It is minus b by a. Okay, it is minus b by a, minus b by a. So this will be minus of minus 5, because b value is minus 5, isn't it? So minus of minus 5 divided by 3. So this will give us 5 by 3, isn't it? So sum of the three zeros is 5 by 3. That's what we got here, isn't it? Let us go back and check that. See, sum of the zeros was 5 by 3, isn't it? Now let us find product. Let us find the sum of product of zeros taken two at a time, that is alpha into beta plus beta into gamma plus gamma into alpha, and the formula for that is c by a, isn't it? C by a. So what is the value of c here? It is minus 11 divided by 3. So sum of the product of zeros taken 2 at a time is minus 11 by 3. So let us go back and check. See, minus 11 by 3 we had, isn't it? Now finally, let us find the product of the zeros, that is alpha, beta and gamma. Alpha, beta and gamma is given by minus d by a. So what is this minus d by a? Minus, okay, d is minus 3, all right, divided by a will give us 3. So minus into minus will become plus. So this is 3 by 3 and it is equal to how much? 1. Okay. So product of the zeros, we got it as 1. Let us go back and just verify. See, yes, we got 1. Okay. So without finding the zeros, can we find the sum of the zeros and sum of product of the zeros and product of the zeros? Yes, we can. All right. The formulas are sum of the zeros will be minus b by a, product of the zeros taken 2 at a time will be c by a, and product of the zeros will be minus d by a. Okay. I hope this video is clear. So see you in the next video.